Hi, Brian Neunaber here. In this video, I'll be discussing how to use MIDI with the ILLUMINE Reverb. I'll explain how to make your MIDI connections, how to configure ILLUMINE to receive or send MIDI, and what MIDI messages can be received and transmitted. Throughout this video, and for the sake of brevity, I will simply refer to a MIDI program change as a PC and a MIDI control change as a CC. So, let's get started. Connections. We wanted to keep the enclosure small with all connectors on the back, so we chose to use 2.5mm TRS jacks for MIDI in and MIDI out through. If you're wondering why we use 2.5mm rather than 3.5mm, it's because the 2.5mm connector is recommended by the MIDI organization. 2.5mm connectors are deployed only as Type A, whereas 3.5mm connectors can be either Type A or Type B. And 2.5mm connectors will not be confused with a headphone jack. ILLUMINE includes two adapter cables for connecting standard 5-pin circular MIDI cables. The MIDI out through may be used as either a through or an output. When configured as through, it will be a zero latency buffered copy of the MIDI in. When configured as out, ILLUMINE functions as a simple controller. In this mode, PC and CC messages are sent on MIDI out. Configuration. You can configure MIDI using a few setup screens in the global setup menu. First, navigate to the MIDI channel screen and select channel 1 through 16. This will be the channel that ILLUMINE listens to for messages received. It's also the channel that messages will be transmitted on if ILLUMINE is configured to controller mode. Next, navigate to the MIDI out screen and select whether you will be using the MIDI out in through or controller mode. Through mode allows you to daisy chain MIDI devices on the ILLUMINE MIDI out through jack. In controller mode, ILLUMINE functions as a simple MIDI controller. When in controller mode, ILLUMINE still receives and responds to MIDI in messages. However, these messages are not merged into the MIDI output. The next two setup screens apply only if you choose controller mode. On the EXP to MIDI CC out screen, you may choose to send the expression controller value as a CC message. This function is useful for using a single expression controller to control more than one MIDI device. If you don't need this function, you should disable it to avoid transmitting excess MIDI traffic. If enabled, you may choose the CC number on the next setup screen, EXP to MIDI CC number. By default, the expression CC message will be sent as CC11. You may change this to CC number 0 through 119. If you select CC 0 through 31, the value will be sent as 2 bytes. Lastly, the current beat clock frequency, if received, is displayed on the MIDI beat clock RX screen. Beat clock synchronization is always enabled on power-up, but may be disabled and re-enabled using CC81. Messages received. ILLUMINE responds to PC messages, CC messages, and MIDI beat clock. PC messages 0 through 49 recall the corresponding user presets, while PC messages 50 through 99 recall factory presets 0 through 49. PC messages 124 through 127 scroll through presets. To increment and decrement the preset number by 1, use PC 127 and 126 respectively. To increment and decrement through the foot switch recallable presets only, use PC 125 and 124 respectively. In this case, the resulting behavior is equivalent to using ILLUMINE's preset up and preset down foot switches. You may use CC messages to control the 5 top-level parameters, which include mix, level, and 3 effect-dependent parameters, as an expression controller to change multiple parameters simultaneously over defined ranges, to toggle engage bypass, or to disable and re-enable beat clock synchronization. CC messages for the 5 top-level parameters and expression controller may be sent as 1 or 2 byte values. When a parameter is configured to be expression controlled, CC messages change the minimum or maximum of the parameter's range, not the parameter itself, which is determined by the expression controller. Please refer to the ILLUMINE user guide for more details, including the list of CC message numbers and acceptable values. ILLUMINE can synchronize the echo time for the wet plus echo effect to a MIDI beat clock. If a beat clock is received and synchronization enabled, the echo time parameter for the wet plus echo effect changes to echo subdivision. There are 14 options, which include quarter note, dotted eighth note, triplet eighth note, plus 10 additional options for creating some interesting polyrhythms. See the user guide for details. Controller mode. In controller mode, a PC message is sent when the preset is changed from the foot switch. The PC number sent is as follows: 0 through 49 for user preset 0 through 49, or 50 through 99 for factory preset 0 through 49. This mode is useful for small pedal boards with only a few MIDI devices. In this case, set all of your MIDI devices to the same channel and use the same preset numbers on all devices. For example, recalling preset 1 on ILLUMINE will set all devices to preset 1. If EXP to MIDI CC out is enabled, any expression input accepted by ILLUMINE will transmit its value as a CC message. This includes an expression or volume pedal, the AB foot switch, or a CC message received as an expression input. The CC output is sent only when the expression input changes. Care is taken to send messages at a sufficient frequency to ensure a smooth transition, but not so many messages as to overwhelm the MIDI receiver. That's all for this video, in which I explained how to set up ILLUMINE to use MIDI. Please let me know in the comments if you found this video helpful and if you would like to see more content like this.